Ooh, look at that.
Right? It's got a hard crust on the top, just like all creme brulee should.
She must have torched the shit out of the top of this.
We got glass.
We got some ramekins. We got a fancy little plates.
Miss Katie made us some creme brulee.
Yes. I haven't had creme brulee before.
Well,
I made a lemon creme brulee, like out of lemons and shit. And like I put them in, like I poured the creme back into the lemon skins. And then I hit it with a torch, served it up. Jennifer loved it. But like, that was lemon.
That's delicious. And it goes good with that.
And it did not firm up like this did. Mine did not work.
Now I got all the caramels and
this
toasted.
is awesome.
Yeah.
This is delightful.
Miss Katie takes care of us on podcast night.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sweet.
If you remember those early episodes where we were like, banana bread. I mean, that was a lot of fun.
I'd like the 3 chimichangas. I know you said that I couldn't eat it all. I just want all 3.
So yeah, you were talking about, so off camera, we were talking about, never trust a fart, never waste a boner, and how unfortunate, Miss Katie's unfortunate ear hustling going up and down the stairs. She heard that, and now she's going to need us to help pay for her therapy. We also talked about the art and or necessity of the maintenance wipe, and then that led us to talk about if you don't know what a maintenance wipe is, let us know in the comments. We'll let you know in the comments. But Mr. Phil-Mageddon here said, fill my car up.
Philander.
Mr. Phil Mitchum here said
Fill me up.
that he's got himself one of those fancy bidets, which, if you don't have one...
It's $20 on Amazon. It hooks
you-
up to your water tap and you spray your butt with the hose.
I have a friend of mine that swears by it. He will actually throw hands if you try to take it from him. Chris, Beck, whatever. You said, once you start using it, you'll never go back. Will Smith, he said, think about it. If you get poop on your arm, you're not going to want dry paper towel wiping that off. You want something with some soap on it. And so he uses wet wipes. He's a wet wiper. So, using the bidet, it takes care of the mud butt. The dirt swamp ass. Like, I work in a hot warehouse, so yeah, swamp ass is a thing. Welcome to Kansas City. Here's your swamp ass. But yeah, so like if you use a bidet, cool. She was just trying to rinse out the cat water dish and like be done with the conversation. She didn't want any part of it, but this here, we want every part of it. Thank you so much for this creme brulee, Miss Katie.
You guys are missing out. I'm sipping on this while eating it, and it's just a whole new level of yum.
No,
We gave him a pour of that Filmland Guild pick.
Yeah, the KC Whiskey Guild.
Yeah, this shit's delicious.
The Moonlight Mayhem. If you remember this bottle, that's the bottle that we gave him a pour of to try out.
I still haven't finished reading the story on it either.
Yeah, there's characters on the side. There's all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Werewolves
And mayhem.
Werewolves.
Oh wait, no, werewolves and bourbon.
Moonlight Mayhem.
It's Romeo and Juliet with fangs in the story of 2 star-crossed lovers living in a modern world populated by werewolves. Can a human and a shape-shifting girlfriend protect their love from disapproving families and dangerous foes?
Probably
Or
not.
will she be unable to resist sinking her teeth into the delicious snack that is her sweetheart? Tommy Dawson. The
Family Show.
Once,
Oh, wait.
I think we already crossed that bourbon borderline.
Once the timid boy next door, Tommy now fights alongside his transferring beloved. He and Sylvain Sylvain.
Word.
Cruz the werewolf. Well, I can't tell if it's an I or an L. I got old eyes. Where's my readers? Cruz the werewolf, turf of Hollywood Boulevard, dreaming of escape. Oh, it is Sylvain. I just needed to go one more down. The fighter. Platinum blonde hair, ruby red lips, and ivory white fangs. So Sylvain is a
My
force
kind of lady.
of unnature. She ignores threats from her family
There's a
and
vanilla
friends
bits down there at the bottom.
and embraces
there are.
her taboo
where they
love
hide their
for
heroin.
Tommy. Oh, and then we've got Slate Saxon, the biter. Rebel without a pulse. Slate leads the pack with a deep love for humans as dinner. He's hellbent on destroying his sister Sylvain's romance and snacking on her human beau.
That guy's a dick.
Bite into the full story at filmlandspirits.com. Oh, and there's a QR code, so you could totally get after it. Mm-hmm. I love that.
We're suckers for QR codes and different codes. We did, what was it, the Baker 7?
Oh, man.
The Baker 7 has a code on it that if you take it to the internet,
Goes to Blue Waffle?
no,
Oh, sorry, family show.
it takes you past the lemon party into the Rick House of where is it?
2 girls, 1 bottle.
One man, one jar.
Oh, God.
Take him to the local squat knot.
I just stop right there. One dude, one bottle.
Is that on Elmo? Is that a Tickle Me Elmo inside that jar?
I can't do
You
that.
will gasp when you find out.
Yeah, you go to the website, you enter that code, and it tells you where, and it shows you what floor it was on, where it was in the Rick House. It gives you the entire weather history of the aging process. What's also cool about it, it's the only one that I've seen about it, Baker's 7, and it says so within the number 7, minimum age.
Minimum age of 7 years.
This particular bottle is 8 years, 6 months.
Right up there on the neckband. And unfortunately, all the recent bottles that have been put out...
7 even.
Yeah, it's just an even 7. And like, come on, you give us something to look forward to. But just like with any hunting...
Sorry about the spoon smacking on glass, by the way.
You got the warehouse... You got it's got the barrel age. It doesn't have the barrel number, but sometimes like with Blanton's, we talked about before in previous episodes how maybe it's not so much finding that bottle, but it's finding that barrel, because like we talked about before with barrel picks,
It's about the barrel.
it's all about the barrel. It can make or break the whiskey drinking enjoyment experience.
Yeah, and all those things add to and become all the goods and bads, all the pros and cons of that of the nose, the palate, everything.
Well, and all I'm going to say is I would get this just to go with a creme brulee. Because, yeah, that's fantastic. Like, you get the nice sugary sweetness, the vanilla. Especially, I really dig the vanilla seeds at the bottom, by the way.
Right.
I had to get
Love
that.
it.
I had to get all that up. Mix that up with a sip of this. Oh, you're in
I
heaven.
mean, look at the topper. It's a film reel.
Yeah. No, I like everything about it. It's fantastic.
There's so much
presentation.
attention to detail on those.
I like the little, like, it looks like it's like the label that they put on it looks like it's like, riveted on.
Like an old film canister.
Yeah. No, that's awesome stuff. Thanks for sharing that, man. I had never even heard of this.
So
They do.
Filmland, you've earned yourself another fan.
Filmland has 3 main offerings. Phil
Yeah.
Land.
And here's the town at the end of tomorrow. It was actually signed.
Yeah.
It's another story, like a whole other movie.
They have 3 main offerings. They've got their bourbon,
American
which is the Moonlight Mayhem. They have it's not tavern strength, but it's their entry level strength, and then the extended cut.
When you say tavern strength, do you mean barrel strength?
No,
Like bar strength.
Yeah, bar strength, like
80
Okay.
90 proof,
80 to 90.
yeah, 80-90 proof.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think the regular Moonlight Mayhem is like 92, maybe 94. This one's 120, I think, something. So they have that one. They also have a rye that is also the regular strength and then the cask strength.
Dude, I love the way this shit
And then they
reads.
have this 9-year bourbon.
The town at the end of tomorrow. Shortages and the unbounded act of 2060 have made aged bourbon a thing of the past until a pair of new Bardstown distillers, Connor Cooper and his cousin Emerald, devise a plan to bring it back. Together they travel through time to the birth of America's native spirit, where they must confront their teetotaling forefather in an epic battle for the bourbon ages. It's like, it just reads so great. Like, I just love it.
I mean, it's total 1960s sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah. So what did you think of the film land?
Oh, the Finland was fantastic. That's a really good one.
Now that
I
was a
think
special
if I-
barrel pig, Kansas City whiskey. Gill.
Yeah, I mean, if I were gonna give that a tally score out of 10, I would definitely have that around about an 8.5.
That's fair.
No qualms about it. There was definitely the I'm not sure if I like it. The cherry. I'm not sure if I like the cherry Coke Dr Pepper flavor. Not that when I say that, I mean it's a very subtle. It's not like you're getting a fountain.
Have you had Eagle Rare?
No.
Eagle Rare tends to have a cherry cola.
I was getting more of a sherry flavor. I don't know where that's coming from. I've been cooking with a lot of sherry wine lately. So I think maybe when I'm saying sherry, I don't mean like sherry cask. I mean sherry wine flavor.
Sherry
Sherry, but there's definitely a fruit. There's a fruit to it that I really like. Yeah, but it's hard for me to identify. I'm not sure that I've ever in my mental thought process of having a bourbon, whiskey, scotch, really any hard alcohol, would think on a scale of 10 that I've tasted the best one in the entire world. I just don't think it's happened to me yet. I think it's always I've definitely tasted some good ones. Like I know I have my favorites, like the Akintoshan, which I know I just butchered the name of it. I know that is up in my top 5 favorites for scotch.
That's a good one.
Redbreast. Oh,
21 year.
So here's the thing.
Redbreast has two that we really want.
So Irish whiskey and I have a problem.
No.
I always enjoy it, and I always
Lestau.
Lestau. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Sherry finish. Oh no. But
welcome back to the podcast.
yeah, but Irish whiskeys in particular get me in trouble. Usually, when I think of an Irish whiskey, there's usually some buttery notes. But
Like shortbread, buttery.
cookie,
apple.
biscuit.
So talking about presentation,
Yeah.
this is what the 21 comes in.
Why?
Why not?
Well, okay. Sorry. I mean, why not?
How dare it
It's
now?
just adding to the
Cost.
to the cost. Yeah, it's completely unnecessary. So this reminds me of this. I don't know if you guys like rum. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful box. This would be a 10 out
I've
of
not.
this would be a 10 out of 10 presentation. That's nice, thick, heavy wood. It's something that magnetically snaps.
Got a neck cradle or a stopper cradle.
You got a little comfort pad.
This
protects the thing.
It works like a cam lock.
Yeah.
Yep.
With
Is
that
the little.
Yeah.
that notch in the punt.
It's just it's overly excessive and extravagant. So presentation wise, yeah, of course, 10 out of 10. You see that sitting on a shelf, and you're like, "What's this?" You pick it up, you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, that's not something you share at parties. You share it like elitist parties,
Well,
where everybody's got their pinkies up.
this is the kind of stuff for people that really, really, really enjoy the Irish whiskey, and they're expecting something fancy out of it. Like this,
For us,
definitely.
Redbreast quickly became our new standard.
Yeah.
For Irish whiskeys.
Sorry, there you go.
No, you're fine.
But so
Before that, it might have been Jameson. It might have been Tullamore Dew. But
Jameson's a
once
good
we tried Redbreast,
mill,
it was-
but
Writer's Tears.
Writer's Tears is amazeballs. Yeah. What was it? I keep
Really
cutting you off.
But when it comes to presentation wise, so my wife turned me on to rums. I never really cared for rums. They're usually either too spicy or just I don't know. What was that was it Tattoo?
I loved Tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
You mix that with Coke, it'd be Dr. Pepper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I didn't like about it. It was like this goes to be mixed with something. It doesn't taste fine on its own.
It's a natural born mixer.
So here comes my wife, where she is a rum aficionado, and she goes, "Have you had Zaccapo?" And I was like, "No, what the hell is Zaccapo?" She goes, "Well, go buy a bottle of 23, because it's kind of their it's like your $30 bottle of rum, $7.50, about 30. I mean, you can find it on sale sometimes. But anyways, so Zaccapo 23, really nice and sweet. I would say it's sweet and spicy, but not overbearing. And then there's the Zaccapo XO. And the Zaccapo XO, you will typically run you about $100 a bottle. Comes in a nice magnetic case. It's got its own little form-fitting presentation style, nice little oval bottle, so you know it's fancy.
Yeah.
But it has a very nice bite, very clean, dry finish. You get that rum sweetness, like true rum sweetness, without any of the like weird spicy notes. And then she turned me on to like the Diplomaticos, various versions of that. But I would definitely say if you can get a bottle of Zaccapo XO as a rum, you're in a good place. It's a really good rum. We basically never not have it in stock because it's so good.
Wow.
And it's we will post dinner be like, XO? We're like, XO. And we will pour ourselves those little beer tasting glass like things. We will pull those halfways. We will sip on those for like an hour.
Good.
Nice.
Super good stuff.
Yeah, I haven't found a rum that I've really fallen in love with past the age of 24, I think.
Yeah.
Because after that, it was, I mean, they didn't make Tattoo anymore. And it seemed like every rum that I had was, it ended up just tasting like rubbing alcohol, and I couldn't stomach it. And I'm like, this is just fucking awful. What am I doing?
Yeah.
There's other things that are much better.
And I felt the same way. Zaccapo's changed that. Honestly, I can't.
So it'll be a new standard for rum.
Zaccapo, Z-A.
We'll have to visit rum, like we've talked about
Some point.
Zaccapo or Zaccapo? No, Zaccapo.
Maybe we bring the Savor the Burn experience over to his house, and he schools us on the rum, or they school us on the rum.
I mean, I can tell you how much I like it. My wife's the rum girl. I'm more on the whiskey, bourbon, scotch end of things. But we've got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I'm more on the beer end of things. Obviously, but yeah, I'm definitely more on the beer end of things, where my wife is more on exploring the various liquors and drinking cocktails and stuff like that. Which, by the way, we need to try those, because she said that I couldn't have it, but they're pretty damn good.
Oh, those the bottles that
the milk. So the milk one, the milk wash, the black tea and whatever. So she told me about this process. So basically, she makes up this tea cocktail, and then she filters it through milk. And so the milk curdles.
I've seen.
It rinses
you
through.
run it through like cheesecloth or something.
Yeah, and you're left with like these milk curds.
Butter.
Yeah, it's basically like a weird. It's the visual of an Irish car bomb when it curdles, but it sits on that cheesecloth in chunks or whatever. But by filtering milk filtering or milk washing, Benjamin Jesus Christ, I can't talk.
Stupid whiskey.
Benjamin Franklin used to have a drink that he would milk wash.
Okay.
And that was a way to extract the tannins from the tea. So you pull the harshness out of the tea, and then it falls into the drink. It is a delicious beverage that every time she makes it, it's always like in like a half glass, because there's a lot of alcohol in it. You don't taste that. You taste flavor. And so you're just like, oh, that's really refreshing. Oh. Like, where's the rest of it? So she made
on the move.
So then, and then she made me a double, which is basically, cocktail glass, about yaw.
Yeah.
About, yaw.
Oh, yeah.
Yaw. Anyways, yaw. And
That's yaw and yaw for those of you.
And yaw. No, it's a yaw. It's a yaw.
It's a yaw.
It's about a yaw.
And a yaw?
And a yaw.
And a yaw. Okay.
Kind of like a yaw.
Welcome to Kansas City.
Anyways, she made me one of those, and by the time I was done finishing it, I was sailing pretty good. So, yeah, it's definitely good stuff.
That's something that we haven't gotten into.
Yeah.
So, Savor the Burn. Out!
Bye.